killed a family member in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Killing who?
South Carolina. Let's go. They're on the board. Fuck,
I started clapping.
Today, we're all of us. If you added up all of our ages, it would be over 70.
But it wouldn't be 100 though, and that's how I'm trying to keep it. Hey man, today we reacted to
Top 10 most dramatic moments in court ever in court. You already know the vibes. Be sure to check out my stuff. Stanley stuff. Cheerio stuff. Check out Cheerio stuff. He'll throw a spirit bomb at you. No bat. Let's just get straight into it. My headphones are tremendously broken.
This is Christopher McNab, who is facing charges for
He did it.
Not Chris.
He did it.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know this nigga.
Yeah, that
the
nigga.
murder of his 2-week-old child in Covington, Georgia. After the child...
You know, that's the company you keep around?
Nah, he was just in the trenches. Like he was.
Oh, it was like trench adjacent. I see.
He knew him before the kid. The kid was only 2 weeks. He didn't even know he had a kid.
Type shit. Yeah. My microphone was loud as fuck.
Child's mother reported the
That's quite literally his
baby missing to police. Local law enforcement immediately launched a search. Later that night, McNab is seen in front of TV cameras begging for his child back.
I want my kid back, man. That's my child, man. I want
You did it. What are you talking
my
about?
kid, man.
The next
Like schizophrenia, no?
Yeah, completely.
day, the child's body was found in a nearby wooded area. The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, which was later ruled a homicide. McNab was arrested and charged with the murder of his own 2-week-old baby. After he was found guilty, we now move on to the sentencing. McNab can then be heard claiming his innocence.
I'm innocent. I didn't do it. I've
Then where's the baby at, gang? What happened?
maintained that the whole time. I would never do this. That's all I got to say. I would never do it. I'm innocent.
And now the
You know,
judge...
bar for bar, white people with a face tat scarier than a black person with a face tat.
Per capita, I'm not mad at that
Yeah,
concept.
I actually think they're more dangerous. Like,
I can agree with that. I can co-sign that.
Caucasian face tat. I feel more comfortable around a black face tat than a white face tat.
Yeah, I see a black person with face tats, but like, he just got face tats.
He's just
Yeah,
a nigga
like,
with a
I'm a queen.
But
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
But it's
Yeah.
like he did something to get those.
Get face tats. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Like if a black guy has like a star on his cheek, it's like, oh, if a white person has a
Yeah.
star on his cheek, oh, you're putting me in the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're shooting stars. You know what I'm saying?
No, I can't. That's my fault. Damn.
We're gonna accidentally dap up. Okay, bet you jammed it. Like, was it like on some like?
It's
Surprisingly,
the first time that I've ever had a swollen finger.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. Surprisingly, like I haven't jammed my finger hooping yet. I used to do it a lot as a kid. I really don't want it to happen again though.
What
That's
happened when
something.
you started using passing lanes? Anyways.
Judge lets McNab unknowingly choose his own sentence.
You claim you're innocent, so you tell me what sentence the man or woman that you claim did this should receive.
If you ever find out who did them, they deserve to be under the jail.
Okay, so they ought to get the maximum sentence.
Most definitely.
Okay. On the crime of malice murder, I sentence you to life in confinement.
That's so disrespectful.
I've seen this clip before. That is one of the most G things that I ever seen.
That is so disrespectful,
I don't know how I
bro.
feel about judges being able to be like aura farming. I don't know if I want my judges to be out here.
Because
aura
like I can
farming.
see a judge saying 30 just for the bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
put
bro.
30 in his back, so I get. Well, I mean that deserves 30.
Confinement without parole. On considering the death of another, I sentence you to...
After McNab was handed down the max sentence, he was moved to Hayes State Prison in Tryon, Georgia, where he is serving his life sentence. This is
Talk to me.
Look, they call me Casey the way I shoot these kids like Anthony.
Because Casey Anthony.
Yeah.
He shot kids.
Nah, she killed it though. I was like Carmelo Anthony.
It was a Carmelo Anthony flip, but shoot
Yeah,
kids.
bro. Yeah.
Like Casey Anthony.
Yeah. That was
So we're gonna like room on like Cheerios couch when we get like completely cooked on the internet. Like,
You gotta think about it though. Plan B caught more bodies than he ever did.
all right, bro.
Okay.
All right, bro. All right, bro. Video.
like-
Video. Come. All right. Yeah, and that's
Franklin
oh shit. Like, bro, mind you, it's on my Twitch. We're on my Twitch currently, and it's gonna be mad as when I start sleeping on their couch and eating their food. Yo, you gotta get back on your feet. You canceled me.
He was asking what pets you file when you move into apartments. I'm being so serious. That's what he said.
Williams, who is convicted of multiple felonies, including armed robberies and fleeing police in Cleveland, Ohio.
He look like Shamik Moore.
Again, I'm going to interrupt. Mr. Williams, listen to me. I'm going to gag you in 1 second.
Williams
Okay, you know some key.
Yeah, I was saying, hey, yo.
conducted 3 armed robberies
The judge hammer might not be the only hammer he got, bro.
before leading police
Guilty.
The meat is crazy.
on a high-speed chase. He was later arrested and convicted. Now, at his sentencing, Williams would not stop talking, despite more than a dozen warnings from the judge.
Pre-prisons.
That's such a crazy thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and just. I'm gonna
Just
go
add
ahead.
that to the things you gotta.
I'm gonna go. No, his chat logs is gonna be.
That means zip it right now.
You trying to?
Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. That's a violation of the HIPAA law, Judge.
Here we go.
This resulted in the judge ordering Williams' mouth to be taped shut.
If you spit on
They can do that?
attempt to bite or injure any of my deputies, you're going to have a bad day.
That's what it is.
It's something so.
Talking through the tape is great.
You would do that.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
I would do that just for the principle. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'd crash out too.
Yeah, this shit.
That ain't your.
That's crazy.
They have to have an actual device for that. Like the tape is almost as bad.
It's humiliating.
That's
It's
what I'm
humiliating.
saying, yeah.
It's humiliating.
Like if that was actually something that you wanted them to not be capable of doing, like not talk, you would have something in place.
Because the same, they had the spit masks that you wear, like, because people who spit on like judges and shit, they'll put like a mask on and stuff. So they gotta have like a shut up mask too.
At a following court appearance, Williams has something to share with the judge and cameras.
Freedom of speech, no duct tape with the hashtag.
Aside from all the interruptions, the judge can hand down Williams' sentence.
You faced a potential maximum consecutive sentence of 134 years. I ordered a 24-year sentence.
After Williams received a 24-year prison sentence, the judge
4 years for 3 robbers?
No. He was supposed to get 124 or something, and then he gave him 24. Is that what he said?
But like for 3 robberies?
I don't know. I was watching a video of a dude who got like 70 for 3 robberies.
later apologized for the duct tape and threw out that sentence. He then appointed a new judge, where she sentenced him to 33 years behind bars. This
What happened to 24?
is Camia Gamut, who is charged with the murder of her boyfriend in Jackson, Mississippi. Reportedly, the attack happened during an argument between the two individuals and ended with the boyfriend being violently stabbed to death. Gamut was arrested on first-degree murder charges. In court, Gamut would claim her murder was in self-defense and her boyfriend was attacking her, but in the end, she was found guilty of murder.
The way I was portrayed, mostly everything was lies. There was a little bit of truth, but mostly I was convicted of.
There's a little bit of truth. I didn't stab him 47 times. I stabbed him like 46. Twice. So.
Lies.
We now move into the sentencing, where Gamut reportedly kept interrupting the judge.
You're gonna shut your mouth or I'm gonna have some duct tape put on it.
What's up with them in the rear? I don't know what. That's like.
Let's go with this duct tape.
They're getting kinky.
They gotta open their bag, bro. They gotta get more, bro. Maybe like super glue.
What?
A sock.
I saw it. Who saw it?
Now what's that? Get the mouth tape junk that Ashton Hall be using. You know what I'm saying? At least like, yo, let's make it pretty. You know what I'm
I ain't
saying?
gonna lie. They put that. If they put that on me, I'd start mewing or something. I swear I ain't do it.
Yeah, that, some ice water in the face. You know what I'm saying?
With Gamut showing no remorse, the judge had some final words.
You stab, you stab, you stab, you stab until he was dead. I agree
Hold
with
on. That junk will go crazy on the intro of a diss or something. Like, so let's say you got the man, you got the man's body. You stab until he was dead. Boom. Yeah,
I'm actually
that
OD.
junk went OD.
I'm
down
actually genuinely
crazy.
not even mad at the concept of that.
the family. I hope you die in prison as well. You know, if this was a death penalty state, you'd be getting the
Was that his man's or something?
Yeah, okay.
God damn.
care.
In the end,
Yeah, bro, her boyfriend is in the judge's bio right now currently, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Gamut was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. This is Kimberly Kessar, who was charged with the murder of her coworker in Nassau County, Florida.
Jordan
Beard.
Something about it, I was like, please don't be Florida. Please don't be Florida. Please don't be Florida.
Let's be
I
Florida.
was not gonna lie. I thought be like, ah, shit, nah, it. What's her name? Like, I thought you about to say you.
Oh no, I don't know her.
Oh, okay.
Nah, she wasn't.
Right,
She was not in no trench with me.
Hey man, she open.
Ew.
Beard is Jolene Cummings' cousin.
Kessar was working at a Tangles hair salon under a fake name. She reportedly was on the run for 25 years and wanted in several states.
I always have respect for people who, I know this sounds crazy, horrible crimes that they did. But being able to be on the run for 25 years, you got my respect.
Bro,
like, that is tough.
The amount of stuff that you have to sacrifice being on the run is like, I see life in prison as no different than life on the run. You can't go outside. You can't really do much. You can't fly nowhere. You can't be in public for too long. Like,
nah, I disagree.
Bro, what? Are you serious?
Yeah.
If I'm on the run, I might revert back to a Homo sapiens.
Especially if like you on the run versus you in prison. You in prison, you're big. Niggas might try you just because you're big.
No, I mean more in like quality of life.
You're gonna be looking at bricks. You literally needed hallways in your crib. You would be in a box.
No.
Like, so I'm saying, like, yes, the quality of life outside would suck, but I still get to open my window and see some stars, get some fresh air. I could put a hoodie on, go into the forest, and lay down on the grass.
If you're on the run,
like,
you don't have a crib though.
No, it depends. It depends. So, like,
I'm assuming 5 stars.
You're out for 25 years. If you're
oh,
out
they
for
start forgetting. They start forgetting.
Like you get some motion. You're able to build a life for yourself.
Especially if you're in a different state. Like, that state isn't looking for you. It's your home state that's looking for you.
Huh. Yeah.
So,
like you can live a pretty fantastic
Maybe
life.
I'm over exaggerating it in my head because I'm thinking,
no,
yo.
I agree though, because like I feel like if you're in prison, it's like more stress free because like I'm already caught.
But if you're on the run, the anxiety.
24/7, you're like,
I'm not sleeping, bro. I'm not sleeping.
I mean, maybe you start lacking, a few years in.
Bro, how did she get caught?
She wouldn't be found until she brutally murdered her coworker.
See, like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? She could have made it, and she wasn't a tweaker.
Another thing, though, this was also in 19 whenever the fuck. That is a little different than being on the run now, because they have way more technology.
For sure.
So actually, I might go back.
The fact that she had a coworker.
Nah, I would still take it though.
She did have a job, yeah.
Because like she murdered her husband and murdered her coworker. She was about to get life for her husband, right? I would rather, because I always said, if I ever get life, I'm OD trying to break out of jail every single chance I get. I ain't gonna lie.
They're gonna kill you, bro.
In Texas, but like I'm an OD trying to get out every single chance I get. I ain't gonna lie. I would rather be on the run.
That nigga get locked up like that. You know the Tony Stabacochi skits? He's like.
Oh, 100% every single day, bro.
What?
A long ass bit. Yo, you know, no, you're okay. I'm joking. You know when the Avatar game was trying to escape Boiling Rock? That's me.
Boiling Rock. Oh,
yeah. Every single chance I get, I ain't gonna lie. Every single chance, bro.
Bro, just stay in the box.
No.
Just stay in the box, bro.
Way more bored.
Go ahead, dude, bro.
Scissors.
Or you change boxes.
Yeah. Not the only bars you're gonna be grabbing.
It could be though.
Could be multiple bars.
Not making it out of prison. I can escape prison.
And allegedly disposed of her body. This is Kessar after she was arrested and awaiting trial.
Are we on mute anyway, so I can say whatever the I want?
We're not on mute.
Oh, okay.
And this is what it was like to supervise her in jail.
We began to remove feces from the styrofoam tray in the back of her cell and smeared orange salt on the walls. We began to throw feces at Smith and then we were not.
Now in the trial, she had to go to a separate room due to her outbursts.
I refuse them. I have refused them. I refuse the public
Why ain't they duct tape her mouth?
defender's office. They appointed Jolene Cummings' cousin as my public defender. What, you don't want the public to know that?
And she continuously made false claims about her former public defender.
Jordan Beard is Jolene Cummings' cousin. Jordan Beard is Jolene's cousin.
She was later found guilty of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison without parole. This is Candria Cook,
I seen this.
who was found guilty of carjacking charges in Volusia County, Florida. 18-year-old Cook and her then 17-year-old boyfriend had used a dating app to set up a carjacking, where the boyfriend reportedly shot the victim, leaving him seriously injured. After fleeing the scene and being on the run,
do you trust your ability to catch a back door on a dating app fast enough?
You're gonna say catch a bullet.
Come on, bro. Because I already know you think you can catch a bullet. I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to bother asking you that. That nigga Stanley.
I'm in the right day conditions. My hands are dry or not. I feel like that changes.
That nigga Stanley.
The same nigga who jab his finger for a basketball.
Yeah, literally.
Same nigga.
I didn't say it wasn't gonna hurt.
Oh my! That nigga
said. Yeah.
All right, bro.
Still gonna burn
all right, bro.
Run the pair.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm an OD too.
I think I'm too old. I'm not challenging anyone to do so, but
man, I wish a nigga would backdoor me right now. I'm at Yo-Yo crib right now. I'll drop his low.
I wish I had duct tape, bro. I wish I had duct tape, bro. I might get it as a prop, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Attempted another carjacking just 2 days later, but they were arrested. Now in court, Cook stands in front of the judge for her involvement in
Say less, I'm on the way. Your name is Jack W276. I'm actually not worried about that.
Gonna file my taxes.
the theft and shooting.
Keeps you guilty of all 3 charges, sentence you to 20 years in state prison.
That is Cook's mother that can be heard crying.
Yeah, like, I've never... You and me have had this conversation, bro. If I do some crazy shit, my mom's not even showing up to court, let alone crying about me, bro. If I do, like, my mom would snitch on me. Like, if I came to her crib on the run, like, she would report me, bro.
All right, that's your mom.
Y'all two had this conversation. When y'all had this initial conversation, not just this one, I kept quiet. My mom supported me through anything. I fully believe I could body a whole individual. My mom still love me. So.
Oh, really?
But she's not reporting me.
Okay, maybe I'm exagerating. Maybe I'm exaggerating.
Maybe you're not.
Shoot, maybe I'm not. I ain't gonna lie. Now I just feel bad.
No. That's why I didn't say nothing the first time.
But she's not. You think she's showing up to court and crying about it though? Because I'm not gonna lie. If someone killed my brother, right? If someone killed my brother and their mom came to court and started crying about it, I would be blown. Yeah. I would be blown. I would be absolutely blown, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Reportedly, the reason for this very emotional outburst is there was a miscommunication with the assistant public defender, where Cook and her mother thought she wouldn't face any prison time.
What?
You killed someone!
What are you talking about?
No, he didn't die. He just had serious injuries. The second carjacking.
Wait. Oh, no, I thought...
They had one where her boyfriend shot somebody, and then 2 days later, they had a second carjacking. But I didn't hear what happened in that second carjacking.
2?
Yeah, they did 2, though.
They did 2 carjackings, and the first one, the dude got shot and injured. So I'm saying, did they shoot and kill somebody?
Hold up. I don't, not to even, my fault.
Okay, let me see. Hey, chat, what happened?
Run it back.
Dating app to set up a carjacking, where the boyfriend reportedly shot the victim, leaving him seriously injured.
Okay.
After fleeing the scene and being on the run, the pair attempted another carjacking just 2 days later, but they were arrested. Now in court.
Oh, no. They don't have a body. You're still facing jail time, though. What?
On the run, commit another one, bro?
Another one is crazy.
All right, bro.
They thought that was Queen and Slim.
You get it.
Cook's sentence was later reduced to 11 years in prison.
Damn, that's not bad.
You can still live life after 11 years.
You can live a normal life after this.
Yeah, like...
She was 18.
Oh, yeah, she's going to be 29.
Yeah, she's chilling.
This is Jacob Morgan, who at 17 years old was found guilty of setting a house fire that killed a family member in Rock Hills, South Carolina.
Killing who?
South Carolina. Let's go. They're on the board.
He set a house on fire, killing a family member. I'm upset because I was so like I was laughing at y'all for catching it straight. South Carolina ain't never did nothing, bro.
Aren't you an arsonist?
What are we doing?
South Carolina, bro.
You'll be burning stuff?
Hey, bro.
You never committed arson?
Bro, I've never committed arson. What are you talking about, bro?
Oh.
Chill.
Morgan was left alone to look after his 14-month.
Alright, bro, that was so ass, bro. I had to match.
Yeah. Huh? Oh, shoot. Nah, I already got nothing, bro. I'm not trying to extinguish this.
Okay.
month-old stepbrother, and reportedly, prosecutors said Morgan intentionally set the fire that killed his family member. In court, Morgan is at a probable cause hearing. Listen as the judge speaks.
So therefore, I am going to find that there is probable cause to charge the individual General Sessions Court for both charges.
Morgan settled for a plea deal where he pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter and unlawful neglect of a child. However, he stated he loved his brother and he always maintained his innocence.
I love my brother. I still do to this very day. He's my best friend. To kill him would be killing a piece of myself. And I just wish I could have gotten to him in time.
Morgan was sentenced to 15 years in prison, but after serving only 7 years, he reportedly was released.
7 years?
Dang, he might have not actually done it. Because you have to be on OD good behavior to get that much of a... That's half the sentence, more than half the sentence gone.
Yeah.
So it had to be on some, like, observing him. Dang, he don't even look like you really did that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way you get that much reduced time is, like, if you do a complete flipping character. Or assuming character.
This is Ignacio Rodriguez, who is the suspect in the
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
death of his 4-month-old son in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, shoot.
2 for 2 is crazy. 2 for 2 is crazy. What's going on, man?
You're from San Antonio?
My family's in San Antonio. I'll be going there quick.
They're mad Hispanics in San Antonio.
Yes.
Reportedly, the child suffered a fractured skull and severe bleeding to the brain. Rodriguez was the lead suspect and was taken into custody. Now in court, Rodriguez stands in front of the judge where he is now facing a capital murder charge, but reportedly, he instead pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of intentional or knowing injury to a child causing serious bodily injury.
Mr. Rodriguez, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty. The judge now hands down his sentence.
It is the order of the court that you be sentenced to 50 years confinement.
But this is the moment that the baby's mother confronts Rodriguez.
I hate more than anything what you did to her son. And for that, I can't ever see myself forgiving you. You were supposed to be our protector, not the one to break our hearts.
When the mother starts talking about her other
She is shaking, bro.
child, Rodriguez insists that she tells the truth.
As she gets older, she will start asking questions.
Tell her the truth. Tell her the truth. Tell her the truth. Tell her how everything was supposed to be. Tell her the whole truth. Don't lie to her. Tell her the whole truth. Tell her the whole truth. The whole truth.
Court officials quickly remove Rodriguez out of the courtroom.
Tell her the whole truth. The whole truth.
He is currently serving his 50-year prison sentence. This
Something seems off. Something seems suspicious.
What do you mean the whole?
He might be taking the blame for something. I don't know though.
Or like on some like the kid wasn't his or something.
Oh, it could be.
I don't know. I have no clue.
is Damion
Both good guesses. I ain't
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Like
Kemp. He is charged with the double murder of his roommate.
He's clip farming. He's trying to get that insanity. He's trying to get the insanity, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
In
You are not getting to Arkham, bro. If you don't take your ass to a regular prison.
Daytona Beach, Florida. Police were called to investigate a burglary at an apartment complex. And it was here Kemp allegedly confessed to the murders. He was originally staying with his 2 roommates when both individuals were shot several times in the apartment. During Kemp's bond hearing, he's now escorted into court in a wheelchair.
It doesn't even sound believable. It doesn't.
The judge
He has great teeth though.
He has fantastic teeth.
tries to get Kemp's attention, but he's completely ignored.
Mr. Kemp? God! Damion Kemp, I'm going to conduct your first appearance.
For the victim's family, it got so tough they had to walk out. Kemp is currently in the Volusia County Jail awaiting his trial. This is Erica Butts and Shanita
What a clip farmer, bro. Oh my.
Cunningham. They were both charged with homicide by child abuse in Somerville, South Carolina. Butts, who was best friend.
Come on, up in the score! Up in the score!
You know what I'm saying?
We up in the score!
I just go 3 for 3!
Going crazy right now.
Wait, what part?
Homicide by child abuse in Somerville, South Carolina.
Somerville, that's right next to.
Word.
No doc.
lives in Somerville currently, bro.
You don't know where his dad's at?
Huh?
So you don't know where his dad is? Lord, oh shit.
You missed that?
Did y'all niggas just assume that I don't know my father?
Location.
I met your dad. I know your dad.
I haven't met that dude.
Oh. 3 for 3 is so crazy, bro.
Carolina. Butts, who was best friends with the child's mother, was supposed to be caring for the toddler for 2 weeks. The child was only 3 years old. She died from her injuries, reflecting weeks of torture, a time frame that matched the time she had spent with Butts and her lover at the time, Cunningham.
What must have been the excruciating sounds that came from that child is more than disconcerting to this court.
After both women were found guilty, the judge now hands down their sentence.
The court finds it appropriate that each be sentenced to the State Department of Corrections for a period of life.
They were just sentenced to life in prison.
See? Right there, I get sentenced to life. I'm not doing all that hysteria. I'm trying to find things I can take with me. Like, let me grab a pen. Let me see if I can get some metal coils. Let me take a watch. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga get life and go, okay, so the handcuffs are galvanized titanium.
I don't have time, bro.
If I rotate my arm in this manner.
The only way I'm causing hysteria if it allows me to get supplies. From right there, I'm building my supply list.
It's a great plan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Butts and Cunningham are reportedly at separate prisons serving their life sentences. This is Anthony Kirkland, who is a convicted serial killer in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Hey, okay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been to Ohio, bro.
They say I am evil and a monster. They're right. Even my mom hated me, but I don't blame.
This light Yagami ass dialogue, bro.
Kirkland had previously...
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That was a great hook. Right? He has great retention.
He served a 16-year prison sentence for the killing of his ex-girlfriend. A few years after his release, Kirkland begun his killing spree. Over a 3-year period, he killed 4 women, 2 of them being teenagers. Kirkland was arrested after his 4th murder, as he was caught with one of the victim's watch and iPod, which made him a lead suspect. Eventually, police were able to pin all the murders to Kirkland. Now in court, as the charges are being read out, Kirkland is facing the death penalty, and next, he appears to faint.
Count 4, aggravated murder.
Kirkland was later found guilty on all charges and sentenced to death. He is currently on death row awaiting his execution at the Chillicothe Correctional Facility.
Damn, they get like that in Cincinnati?
Shoot. That's gonna be the video, man. I hope you guys liked it. Be sure to check out my stuff. Be sure to check out Stanley's stuff.
Stanley Live.
And be sure to check out Cheerio stuff.
Cheerio.
That's gonna be it. Peace.